A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secrets Revealed Aftersought. So now, would you ever put in Mega and a pistol at the same time? Well, this is an earlier example of that concept, except it's not quite as early as some others out there, like the Big Shot. But this is in fact a slightly larger variant of that concept, the Hotshock. And this one in particular, it probably does pretty good here. The Big Shot really did have a lot of hopes for it, and many people actually tried to put in some pretty nice modifications into them. Someone actually tried to make a Rivals variant of it, and even an Ultra variant of it had been made at some point called the Zero. But the Hotshock here, it didn't necessarily have that kind of modding potential. But yet, I could still consider this one a pretty decent one, especially because, well, it's yet another basic setup of pistol appearances and the usage of this basic priming rod to prime the blaster and pull the trigger to fire. And this is also another example of a blaster that has too small of a grip, so it kind of fails in the ergonomic department because, after all, the fact that I am pretty much forced to utilize it like this in the Lord Draconical sort of hand-holding thingamababa, that is kind of a problem on its own. But you know what? I hope that the invisible integration is not going to be a problem with this one. Now, yeah. Simple as it is, I'd probably say that the Hotshock really did have itself plenty of potential in it, but unfortunately its smaller cousin in the Mega lineup, the Big Shock, really did have a lot of potential in it. Seeing as how many different customized projects people were able to make out of it, I could pretty much consider the fact that the Big Shock was a pretty big success when it came to the combination of a Mega Blaster and a Jolt. But this one here, it does kind of try to be like the Night Finder in a way, except without the usage of a laser, because, well, first of all, it uses one dart for the chamber, and there's also a dart storage space on the top here. But unlike the Taroth, where it has two dart storage spaces, this one has only one, which doesn't really do much help. Also, another flaw that I found out about this quite some time ago, there's no tactical rails, not even the bottom right here, which has plenty of space for probably a grip or something like that, if you're that desperate, but there's no tact rails on this thing whatsoever. But yet, this is not alone, pretty much. There are several other blasters that I've talked about where, wow, twirling on this one. Okay, so it's a little bit rattled. It kind of rattles a bit. Yeah, if you twirl it fast enough, it kind of rattles around, probably because of its bulky size. Or because I keep nicking my middle finger's knuckle with it. Yeah. That's kind of what the problem is, yeah. So, twirling this thing, I'd say would be good if your knuckles weren't so big like mine. But, anyways, the Mega Hotshock, in conclusion, a blaster you could probably spend less than $10 on, because that's what I did on this one in particular. But, of course, you might not expect it to do super good out there compared to some other Mega Blasters out there, because the furthest shots I got were maybe around 65 feet, at best. And that's coming from a Mega Blaster. When it was first shown to shoot over 100 feet, that was at least what the Centurion claimed. But for the most part, we were able to get close to it, but not directly to 100 feet like it said. So, not all advertising can be trusted in this particular format, but what can we say? The Hotshock is probably not going to do any better than many of the other blasters we've gotten anyways. So, yeah. That's all I got to talk about for the Mega Hotshock. Now, I will have other Mega Blasters eventually that I could showcase to everyone, but if you want to see more, go down on my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.